never tuck your town, I showed you that. Just here to put the city on the map. You bumping up your chest, but just relax. For your benefit, just keep it rapping. There were some dark days and some hard days. And like this feeling days, you couldn't make it on Broadway. Big Brad Bronson, the bully, they can't belittle me. Plotting to get rid of me. Hottest in 2 industries, hottest for 2 decades, with scriptures for 2 centuries. Just to get the message, clap messengers and who sent for me. Success is not the purest form of payback. These weirdos supposed to say they wouldn't say that. Keep it clean and never bring dirt where you lay at. The way we move.
Check.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm good.
Alright.
Hour number 2.
Yeah.
We got somebody special here.
Yeah. Yo, we need one of them intros.
Yo, no, you know the intro. You know
Platinum package DS VIP DSP intro.
Oh, the VIP DSP
Platinum
intro?
package.
Now, let's do it.
Right, hold on, DSP.
I hope I say this correctly.
Hold on, we gotta get the music right and everything. We gotta set the stage.
You gotta get this right.
Yeah, we gotta set the tone,
You gotta
man.
get this right.
Gladiator on.
Yeah.
Not Gladiator, not Gladiator. Just, the right beats.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So, Q Sci-Fi, am I saying that right?
Yes, sir.
Q Sci-Fi and 08.
Okay.
RU, Rutgers, for those of y'all who don't know, 1,000-point scorer.
1,000 of them.
36
West-
play to do it.
Yeah.
I
Talk that talk.
I didn't know that.
Talk
Okay.
that talk. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Westchester Knicks inaugural point power forward back in 2015.
The first ever.
The
First ever.
That's fire.
That's why he put it on.
Yeah.
I like his language game.
That's
It's
fire.
very
That's how you gotta do
It's
it.
very good. All-time leading scorer, St. Joe's Regional.
That's
All-time
crazy.
leader
That's
scorer.
All-time
crazy. That stat is
With
crazy.
all time?
Number one.
Like number one?
No one got more buckets than he did.
You played.
Not yet. It'll happen.
It'll happen.
The foundation is there, but
You played all 4 at varsity level, right?
it's funny you said that. I actually played 3 years. Quick story. My
Whoa.
pops, the parents on the freshman team. I'm on the varsity team my freshman year. Wanted me to play varsity.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Sullivan, Charles Sullivan,
Yep, shout out to
Spring
them,
Valley's
man.
finest.
Shout out to
Yeah.
DC, they pops was like, Coach, bring him up. But my dad was like, nah, I want my son to mature amongst his peers. So I played freshman in JV my freshman year, and then I played varsity sophomore through senior.
That's fire, yeah. Wow. And still did that.
Wow.
Crazy.
Okay,
bro.
keep going, DSP.
Yep.
And of
Keep going.
course, CEO.
Yeah.
Because, we talk to CEOs.
You know that.
That's a
CEO
fact.
speaks to CEOs.
You know that.
CEO of Fitness Fab Incorporated.
Yeah.
We got the one and only JR Inman in the building. What's going on, JR? Thank you for pulling up.
Hard
Thank you
to
for coming
guard
to
JR.
Never
Yeah, man.
Tuck Your Town Radio.
Hey,
man.
appreciate y'all having me, man.
Yo, this might have been. Let me just jump in real quick.
Of course.
'Cause I hooped with him back in I
Okay.
think you were in 10th grade, right?
Back
When
in
we
the
went to
day,
ISL. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Zach Rogers. Yeah, we had a squad.
Wait, y'all and Rochase and me?
I was the young boy.
We did our thing at ISL.
There's no way I lost the game.
Yeah,
Nah, we lost games.
We did, but we went
But
pretty
we did
far
our
though.
thing. Yeah, we went to the playoffs.
That's
okay,
made
that's
a name
what's
for
up.
ourselves.
That's a squad.
And we played against them dudes that pulled up with the whole camera crews around them and
Yeah,
did
yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Those
That's
type of
what's up.
guys. The blue check.
We-
The blue check before the blue check.
Yeah, the verified
yeah,
players.
right.
We're going to get into that story for sure. But
Absolutely.
JR, man.
That's what's up.
Where does it all begin for you? Who put the basketball in your hand? That's
Man.
what I got to ask you, bro.
And what year?
The word.
Right. Where does it begin? Honestly, this is why I support y'all so much, man. For me, it began playing PAL. AppleStore, New York. My dad was our first coach. And we played for Valley Cottage PAL. I was 8 years old.
Wow.
Just took myself, my friends, a couple of kids from the neighborhood, started a team. And we went to the championship our first year. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's dope, man.
So, ever since I was young, even though, people argue, is he a New York guy? Is he a Jersey guy?
Yeah.
Nah, you New York,
It
bro.
all started off here, man.
Yeah,
Rockland County.
he said
It all started
Avastroy, he
off-
said Valley College.
Yo.
Feel me? That's all I need to hear.
Once you play for the Knicks, it's solidified,
Yeah.
right? Come on, man. You New York, bro.
Look at his colors he got on,
Exactly.
man.
Got the
Exactly.
Knicks colors on. So,
Come on, man.
That's
Yep.
what's up, man.
So 8 years old out here winning chips. Were you the tallest 8-year-old when you was on the court?
Honestly, I was a late bloomer, to be honest.
Oh,
with
for
you.
real?
So, I was the tallest, but I was kind of awkward, kind of uncoordinated, didn't know how to use, walk with 2 left feet, etc.
Yeah.
But it was the grind, man. It was the work, dedication that pretty much just developed my talent.
Absolutely.
Along as I grew, I was able to really do some things with this game, and I'm blessed and thankful for that.
That's what's up, brother.
I would say he would be like one of the first stretch big men I played with. He was ahead of his time because I wasn't really
That was not a
afraid.
thing.
That wasn't a thing.
Maybe you could pop out to the foul line and catch a pick and shoot from there.
He
but
was shooting threes.
He could shoot from. He could do everything. So and people would get mad at him and like, yo, what are you doing? You can't shoot from. But he was ahead of his time,
And
man.
you know what? We spoke about that where they tried to limit players out here.
Absolutely, he's from that era.
He's from that era.
Yeah.
That's
If you're 6'3", you're a center.
Yeah,
That's
and I
it.
was like,
Yeah.
no,
You feel
because
like-
once you get out of here,
And,
you're a guard.
And that is
Yeah.
what has hindered a lot of careers. Because
Yes.
if you're a 6'3", back to the basket center from PAL, from CYO, PAL, then high school, all you know is back to the basket moves.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're 6'3" when you go to college, or if you get an opportunity to go to college,
opportunity,
Yeah.
where you going to play? What position?
You're not playing power forward.
You think that coach is going to waste his time to reteach you how to... Yeah,
Right.
right. I got another student. I mean, I got another athlete right here,
That's a
right
fact.
now,
Or
ready
even
to go.
a walk on.
Yeah, I got a walk on that's hungrier. I got all these, Anyway,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
My
crazy.
So what was one of your biggest challenges to in basketball? Period, man.
Biggest challenges?
Yeah, where you felt like I might not be able to do this anymore.
Honestly, I've had a few, quite a
really?
few.
Okay.
I want to say my freshman year in college at Rutgers, I was
Okay.
recruited by Gary Waters, who, he's a legendary Hall of Fame college
Yes.
coach.
Yes.
And we had a squad. We had the number 8 recruiting class in the country.
Wow.
My teammate at the time was a third-team All-American, Quincy Doobie.
Yep.
And we had a couple of recruits from St. Pat's, a couple other guys. Lance Thomas, who wound up in the league, that was my boy, so I was
Yes.
trying to bring him over. And everything looked like it was about to be peachy keen. And then Coach Waters got constructively discharged, which basically means they let him go.
Yeah.
So turning point for me, a lot of coaches call in trying to get me to transfer, figure out which direction I should go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents have always bred me to be like loyal. You know what I mean,
Got
so
you.
like for the same reasons I committed to Rutgers is the same reason why I stayed.
Stay.
Okay.
But it was a kind of turning point for me, understanding more or less the business side of hoop
Yes.
culture and like what happens and
Yeah.
you got to see
guys
it early.
making moves
real.
exactly.
Yeah.
So more than anything else, I'll say that. And then going back to 2015 with the Westchester Knicks, a lot of people don't know my story in Westchester. I actually got released 3 times from the
Really?
Westchester
And
Knicks
how long of a period?
in about a 3.5 month span.
Wow.
JR, thank you for your services, but we're going another direction. 2 weeks later, oh, by the way, JR, you still around? We're trying to bring you back.
Oh, wow.
And so what had happened?
3 times.
Well, 3 times, bro. 3rd time's a charm. After the 3rd time, I got my opportunity.
Nice.
Only played 14 minutes in my second to last game of the 2015 season in the G League, and 14 minutes, collected 10 points and 9 boards.
Wow.
14 minutes?
That's
14
crazy.
minutes, basically. Just getting at least a point, a rebound, getting my hand on every ball I could
Yeah.
get.
Yeah.
And more or less, the biggest craziness about that story is for 2 of those months of me just kind of weaving in between being active and inactive, I was doing that for free. I was not getting
wow.
paid. I looked Allen Houston in the face, thanked him from everything, and told him that I wanted to benefit just being affiliated with the Madison Square Garden Company.
Got you.
Wow.
So I was there the Knicks practice facility in Terrytown before all of the players is there coming up. And again, those are guys getting paid.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
guys with NBA contracts
Yeah.
coming at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm there at 7:30, getting my ice bath, getting my workout in, working up that lather,
Yeah.
on some Mamba mentality type
Yes.
stuff.
Absolutely.
And just first there, last to leave. And then more than anything else, when I left Westchester, Allen Houston said, you're part of the Westchester Knicks family. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I've
fire.
been able to
That's
take
what's
that
up.
into what I'm doing now. So.
That's what's up.
That is
man.
definitely-
Yeah,
He didn't give us that
powerful
same
story.
welcome at his basketball camp because our boy Mir beat him in a shootout. So
Oh yeah.
he wasn't rocking with us.
Yo, I remember
Does
that
he
story.
know how much a fan Beer was of him though?
I remember that story. We were mad young.
We were in like high school,
I think
yo,
you're-
9th grade.
nah, that wasn't even high school
I think
because your
that was
pops
eighth.
took us.
Eighth.
We was
Yeah,
young.
he did.
Yeah.
So getting into that, I remember Allen Houston was like, excuse me, he was trying to tell us that he was better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I coughed.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to tell us like, yo, I'm better than Michael Jordan. And it was like a church setting, so
Yeah.
all the kids were asking him about like, how do you think about God and
Yeah,
Jesus?
yeah.
And I just come on like, yo, you're not better than Michael Jordan. Who's better one-on-one? I remember your dad gave me that look
like, Sean, why did you
like, what is wrong with this kid? And then he looked at me dead to my face and was like, I'm better than Jordan.
Yeah.
And I was like, get out of here. So then what he did was he took it out on Mir.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mir beat him in the shootout, but then after Mir
After
beat him
that-
in the shootout, he played a one-on-one.
Oh, it was bad.
It was quiet.
Yeah, it was quiet for
bad.
that. There was levels.
Word. Shout out to him. Though.
Beer wasn't ready.
Not enough.
Nah, not at all. Yo.
Oh man, that's hilarious. So like, how was it changing your? Because What position did you play at St. Joe's?
St. Joe, I was more or less like a point center. You know, I pretty much played 1 through 5. I did post up, but
So
like they
you
said,
were very fortunate.
That's fine.
Throughout your career.
You're like one of the first ones that got that type of treatment.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because when we see like Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo and all this 6'8", 6'10" guys bringing up the ball, that's pretty much the status
That's what
quo
you
now.
was doing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I was doing that, man. You know, the footage speaks for itself. You know,
Yeah, I see
10 years strong.
I see the Rutgers footage, and I'm like, he's going crazy right now.
Facts.
So you were already polished for the collegiate game in high school.
Only thing I needed to do is put on a little weight. You know,
Of
I
course,
graduated.
of course,
I
of
was
course.
About 6'7", 195, soaking wet,
Oh,
coming out.
okay.
So
you had to
going to the
weights.
Big East,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
with 16 teams, 10 of them
Yep.
going to the conference. You got to muscle up. So
Facts.
that strength and conditioning on a collegiate level is second to none. You know
What's
what I mean?
that? What's that like for the
Yeah, I
people
was
that have
gonna say.
that dream?
Man, it's 2-a-days all summer in preparation for the fall. Getting up 6 a.m, lifting, then going to the court for about an hour and a half, shooting workout.
Yep.
You know, still doing summer classes, so having to get your
Of
work
course.
done there between coming back at night for 2 or
Like,
3 days sometimes.
You
know what I
gotta
mean?
want it.
Crazy.
You gotta want it.
It's a
Crazy.
job, bro.
Yeah.
It's a job, like more than anything else. So, just fortunate, man. Happy that those field of experiences prepare me for today.
Oh yeah,
That's
oh
dope,
yeah, oh
man.
yeah.
Yo, what's the highest amount of points you ever put up in a game?
Good question.
High school game,
All levels.
St.
All
Joe.
levels,
all
out of your
levels.
whole career.
So let's say, no, even like you could tell me, I know you know CYO, because Hoopers know Hoopers
remember
know everyone.
everything. Yeah.
So tell me your CYO, your
Facts.
PAL, then your high school, then college.
Honestly, I can only start at high school, bro. Because honestly, I was never a stat stuffer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Middle
Okay.
school, see, it kills me that nowadays everybody got all of this. Like,
Yes.
oh, I got 1,345
Yeah, oh, yeah.
points. I need to
They
score
keep
this,
the
to do
track.
this,
Yeah.
to do this. And I'm
They're
ranked
keeping track.
73rd in the group 1 and this.
Yep.
Like, I
Yeah.
keep it simple. You know what I mean? 40 points against Episcopal Academy as a senior at St. Joe's.
Okay.
Who was
Against
on that
Wayne Ellington and Gerald Henderson.
Oh,
NBA.
you gave them, hold on, you gave them 40?
40. They had 20 each. I had 40. We won. Jason and Devin McCourty applying those clamps.
Okay, okay.
So that
Shout out
was
to them.
definitely,
Right.
Shout out to the McCourty twins,
got
and
it.
shout out to High Optics.
Well,
I didn't
Yeah.
even know that
Yeah.
both of them hooped. I thought only one of
Nah,
them
both
hooped.
of them
That's
hooped.
dope.
They
That's
They can
dope.
hoop. Are they
Yeah.
good? Hold on. I know they your mans. Keep it a buck though. Can they hoop?
Yeah, bro. They
Nah,
was,
don't say it like that.
I mean,
I'm cooking both of them. Feel me? Don't say it like
Hey,
that.
Dev, you might have to
McCourty
pull up the
twins,
DOH
pull up.
35.
Yeah.
Dev, let me know.
Feel me?
Yeah.
They NFL players. They can't hoop, man. They do too many curls. They ain't got no jumper.
You passing the ball, they start running with
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Mad travels every time they pull up. Nah, chill before they, you know.
Yeah, we just
before they
joking,
come over
brother.
here
We
and dunk
just
on me. Word up. But anyway, so Wayne Ellington, 40 on your head top.
40 on your head top. Gerald Henderson, 40 on your head top.
Those are some real players,
That's what
though.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dogs, bro.
Who else? Who else? Who else is on this hit
next
list?
level? Who else?
At Rutgers.
Rutgers, actually, I want to say my high at Rutgers was 29 against Lafayette, and then I had 26 against DePaul when Wilson Chandler was on the squad.
Also
So-
another hooper.
So yeah, as a big, you don't get that many touches. It's not like I had like 30 and 40 point games, but you know what I'm saying, junior year heading into the Big East, I was averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds.
Especially for
Averaging
a 4.
19.
That's,
Crazy.
10.
that's pretty
Yeah.
serious for a 4.
Yeah, because back then they used to skip the 4. The 4
Yeah.
was kind of, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
the-
It was a
very-
forgotten guy. Like
Yes.
you were the backup center
Yes.
basically as a forward.
Yes.
Right.
And
Power
most of
forward.
them guys were just there to do grunt work.
Correct.
Set screens for the
Correct.
shooters.
Yeah.
Foul,
Rebound,
Yeah.
block
yeah,
shot.
foul somebody so
Yeah.
they never come back in the league.
There's
to
no
lean
more
again.
goons in the league. Yeah, I know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
they
a
got
wrap.
rid of that.
Like that position is
They
a
got
wrap.
rid of that.
Before
Yeah.
that 4 position, it was just out there to just goon.
Goon work.
Like, literally goon.
Yep.
That's it.
That's
I'm,
right.
I'm glad that guys like you changed the game because
Yes.
Yeah.
now you need skill. You feel
Word.
me?
It's a positionless
Everybody.
game now, so everyone has to have skills. So
Also, shout out to the 845 Tyrell Biggs for changing the game,
Absolutely.
being a
Facts.
pioneer
Absolutely.
of that hybrid forward with a soft touch,
Yes.
Yes.
extending the floor, stretching
Yes.
the D.
Absolutely.
Me and T been doing that, 2 decades strong now. So like, I can't come on this show without shouting
Without
out.
shouting
Shout
my
out
bro.
to
shout out
T.
to
never
Biggs.
tuck your
T.
town,
Biggs.
man.
Shout
Yo,
out
did
to
y'all-
T. Biggs.
Ain't he the head coach at NY Generals? I heard that
Absolutely.
talking.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on, player.
Too much too soon.
Not that. We just trying to get a man props, and you gonna make me violate him like that?
Yeah, that's right.
You feel me? Because he coaching for the Generals. He ain't
Yeah,
coaching for us. So much props to him. He's a legend too.
That's a
I heard
fact.
he even had a stint with the Cavs. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh,
Training
word?
camp. He's been to T and I have been to. T's been to Chicago Bulls training camp, Cavs. I've been to San Antonio Spurs, Knicks and Nets. So
Okay.
Wow.
Y'all been moving.
Word.
And
Again,
isn't he like a dual citizen? Like, did I
Yes.
hear that? That he's
Yes.
like he hooped so hard
His
that
wife,
he's a dual citizen.
Yes.
Wow,
Well,
that's fire.
his wife is one of the greatest female professional basketball players in Cyprus, his home
really?
country.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So yeah, nah, he's beating them on both heads, here and abroad.
That's what's
Wait,
up.
hold up. Does she? Where did we get her footage? Because I didn't know that his wife.
Yeah,
moved.
we got to pull that up. Yeah.
We need to have both of them on the
Shout
show.
out to Sonia Papadopoulou.
I'm gonna have to look
Say
that
that,
up.
I'm trying to say that twice.
I have to
Yeah,
look
word.
that up. Yeah.
You know she nice.
Right,
Yeah, for real.
right.
With that
Gotta
type of
cross
last
over
name,
or something.
she could shoot from anywhere. Man. I know it.
Yeah, man.
That's
Definitely
what's
gotta
up.
have him
Shout
on
out
the
to
show,
T-Biggs.
man. Yeah, man.
So just
yeah.
to follow up that question, what do you feel like was your best game of your career and why?
Man, honestly, I'm gonna talk about that game against DePaul freshman year against Wilson Chandler. We just spoke about the forward position and how it's always been kind of in there in between.
What was he
Yeah.
playing?
It's funny you asked that because in the beginning of the game we was playing the same position, but
Yeah.
halfway through, once the coach saw he was in foul trouble and got caught off, you know, a couple of mismatch situations, they actually put
he
him
could've
at
gone-
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh, he
all. But
could've
don't
gone-
try to, don't
in other
just
words-
never touch this down radio.
Oh, hard to guard JR? Oh, my fault. I thought that was your nickname.
Yeah, couldn't guard him. Couldn't
In
guard
other
him.
words, they had to switch.
PC.
Yeah.
He's being PC. Yeah, he's being PC, but he couldn't guard him. That's what he said. he said move him to the center.
That's fire.
That's-
Yeah, nah, it's, you know, again, when you played a long career, it's really hard to pinpoint any one game.
Yeah,
I could
it's
say
a lot of games.
I could say my strongest season as a professional in South America over 30 game stretch, I averaged 19 and 10 in Uruguay, South
That's-
America.
I was going to
Fire.
ask that.
Yeah,
So
but-
what countries did you touch?
Man, so I played in Lithuania, Czech Republic, China, Japan, Israel, Uruguay, Kosovo.
That's 7.
Yo, make sure you do the ding, ding.
You have to, 'cause that's 7, bro.
That's 7.
I always miss out one, and I know like the list goes on and on. I've been very fortunate. Basketball's
Yeah,
a game
bro.
that it's
Basketball's
a
been
global
great to you, bro.
marketplace. you
Yeah,
know?
that's what's
And
up,
to
man.
enter at 21 years old with a dream and be able to get paid to play the game you love and
It's
just
amazing.
touch so many lives
Absolutely.
across borders is a blessing. It's something I'll never forget.
Yeah,
That's
man.
amazing, man.
Yeah,
And I can only
bro.
imagine the type of networking and connections that you have now because of this game right here. Because of this. Because you love this.
Because of the ball, man.
Honestly, I gotta learn more from y'all, man, to actually utilize those. I just was talking about that with my boy the other day. Like, I've been blessed to be in so many circles, and now I'm at
Yeah.
a time in my life through my legacy where I can reach out and talk to people,
cash out on
bring
it.
a young
Yeah.
guy and try to give him an
Absolutely.
opportunity.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Nazir Williams to be heading up
Shout
to
to
Cornell.
Nas, boy. I like
next
how he
year.
hoops.
Yeah.
I was just
And-
on the phone with Nas.
And,
Okay.
Shout out
and
to Nas. He was talking spicy.
and I remember talking to Coach Brett, who is the associate head coach at Princeton University, 2 years ago. I said,
Princeton.
I got a guy who is
Yeah.
doing it not only in the court but in the classroom.
Nice.
And
Princeton.
I bought
Nice.
Nazir.
Yeah, Ivy League.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
oh.
Yeah,
Say
yeah,
that
see,
again,
yeah,
bro. You
yeah.
bought Nas from Nyack.
So
So
Yeah.
from
Yes.
the Nyack Plazas, we went and went down
That's
to
powerful.
Princeton University to a home game.
That's
Talk,
powerful.
talk.
Got a chance to walk in the locker room, talk to the coaches, the players, and just that experience as someone that aspires to play on that level is invaluable. So,
Oh, yes.
more than my playing days, I guess the life after basketball is what I focus on now, what I have the most pride in now.
yeah,
Absolutely.
man.
It's vindicating.
It's exciting,
Absolutely.
man. I mean,
to help out the next generation, you know what I mean?
If
speaking
you don't
of
do
Nas,
that, what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
exactly. And
Facts.
speaking of Nas, thank you for inviting me that time when we went out to Brooklyn, when we went on the Brooklyn Nets court.
Yes, I was about to ask that
and
too.
you, my
Yes.
fault,
No, all
DSP.
good.
You know
All
I don't
good.
raise my hand. I be
Oh, good, bro.
But I remember that game with the Monarchs.
Yeah.
We got down there. You know, shout out to Playbooks. I believe that was the people that were
Playbook
in,
Sports.
shout out to them. And when we got out there, they were telling me like, yeah, we have an MC, but not really. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Yo, when I got that mic and we got busy out there, and Dan dunked it on that dude's
Youngest
head
brother
top,
in
youngest
charge.
brother in charge,
Yeah,
for the body out there.
Yeah, I
brother
saw
in
that.
charge.
It was crazy. But regardless of that, just seeing that team chemistry, talking about Nas and Dan and a few other players
Yeah.
that he had on that roster, it was crazy how they were so responsive to Coach. how they understood
fire.
different things. It wasn't really like he was coaching them.
Right.
Honestly, he was just talking. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a very different thing. I see a lot of coaches that
course.
coach. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's a different language when your players understand you. You feel me? You don't have to coach so hard.
Yeah.
But you know why? He put in the work. They
That's
see.
what I was
All they
gonna
got to do
say.
is pull up footage and
and
Google
be like,
his
yo,
name,
that's coach.
and they understand. Like, I want to get to those levels, so they're gonna
Exactly.
tap in and lock in with you on a different level.
It's what what's his name? Mills spoke about.
Yeah.
Always have coaches that kids have seen play and probably could still play with.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They respond to that. It resonates with them. He's like, yo, they walk the same path I'm trying to walk.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you were like, yeah, it looks like he was just talking to his boys.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
fire.
mean?
And reflecting on that game, though, you know, real recognize real. So when I realized we was playing at the Barclays, I said, wait, we playing at the Barclays with no MC?
Exactly.
You know, and my man, I'm like, yo, come
I
through, bro.
appreciate that.
That's fire. Yeah, that's
And
a
it's
great look.
funny because we got a lot of good positivity and attention from that game. And
Nice.
what
Absolutely.
we've never spoke about, after that, I actually wound up working for that company. I was hired
Oh, that's
director of
crazy.
basketball for NYC basketball.
Oh, so you
So
owe me
then-
some bread.
Good looking. You feel me?
You owe me a lunch.
Good looking on the reference.
You owe me a lunch. All right,
But,
cool.
Cool, thanks for
but
that.
yeah. So,
Nah, that's what's up, man.
what's
Because
up, man.
even them, they were telling me like, "Yo, we never had an MC like you in here." I was like, I wasn't really that. It wasn't really. I promise you, like, it wasn't really anything. Like, I just got out there and did what we
did
do.
your thing, yeah.
We just did what we do, bro.
Yeah.
But it was
and it was
just
great.
the environment. It was like so closed off.
Yeah.
The parents were angry
Yeah, of
because their
course.
sons were getting scraped.
Of course.
And then on top of that, you
And
know,
you talking no more.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say, you talking
we're the
spicy.
Monarchs from the 845 playing against some team from Queens.
Yeah,
So
and
we
they in
was-
Brooklyn.
Oh,
so,
and
you know.
so you know me, man.
yeah.
I never tuck your
Talking
towel.
spicy.
So we talking spicy,
Yeah,
man.
we
That
from
was a
upstate.
yeah. We talking real
Yeah.
spicy. So shout out
dope.
to you for that, man. That
That's
experience,
what's up,
I really
man.
appreciate that, man. And I appreciate that lunch soon. So let's transition into your new endeavor.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's get into it.
How
man.
did you come about this?
Well, first, I like to say that whenever I speak, I always like to share a little bit of tutelage, a little bit of knowledge.
Yep.
And when you talk about Afrocentric culture and entrepreneurship, one thing I've learned is you always have to repeat yourself. I'm sorry. You always have to kind of like reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because like when you're doing one thing in your yesterday's news, your yesterday's news, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So what happened was Rocktown Monarchs got to a point where we were making noise, going to tournaments, being nationally ranked, EYBL, Adidas Gauntlet teams, smacking Riverside by 40,
Ooh,
etc.
heard
with
you.
that group.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, you know what?
Talk
Like,
that
I
talk,
kind of
man.
feel like it's almost kind of like, and you know, forgive the analogy for those that aren't LeBron James fans, but you notice how he goes to one team, wins a chip, feels accomplished, goes to another team, wins a chip, and keeps reinventing himself.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that's why
A new
I
challenge
believe
every
he's
time.
one of the greatest.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
I agree.
when I look at what I did with the Rocktown Monarchs and taking a bunch of kids from Rockland and then playing against future Division I and NBA players and
Yes.
actually winning,
Yes.
Yeah.
I say, you know what? A lot of things change. New pandemic is happening now.
Yeah.
Why not start something new? So
Yeah.
at this
That's
point
dope.
in my life, I don't really hoop no more. I'll be honest. I still shoot around a little bit,
course.
but I'm really into fitness and working out. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Fitness Fabs came from just that passion to, you know, just be creative and using my sports platform and my legacy to just try something new. And
That's
so
what's
we
up,
here now.
man.
Fire. So break down the logo for the people that don't understand the logo.
Yeah, so with the logo, Fitness Fabs, obviously the alliteration there, and F and F, two Fs facing opposite directions.
Ah. I
And it's
didn't know that.
yeah,
that's fire.
That's pretty much
That's dope.
where it came from. And again, it's a hybrid, right? As I co-brand our basketball endeavors, we also have a clothing line as well, because every hooper needs, you know, drip to rock. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's
Absolutely.
like
Goes
it
hand
kind
in
of
hand.
goes hand in hand. And
Yeah.
I always speak to guys about stuff like that, just being versatile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
As a
for
player,
sure.
as a businessman.
Yes.
I was just speaking to one of my young boys used to play for me and is now a photographer. And I was like, bro, you should extend and also think about videography. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just
Absolutely.
making
Good idea.
yourself more valuable.
Yes.
I know him.
If you ever want to intern,
I don't know. Sammy, he played for a minute ago. Yeah.
Oh,
he's
okay.
back
Because
in
I was
the
gonna
day.
say, if I know him, tell him to hit us up. We're gonna need extra help during the
Oh
season.
no, definitely
Yeah, yeah.
would love to plug you. Like I
Yeah,
said,
we're gonna
Yeah,
need
man.
help
Yeah.
during the season.
Yes,
We're
we
gonna
will.
our media coverage is gonna be extensive now. So
Yeah.
that's a good time to welcome this. Yo, if you have a camera and you are about your business, you are more than welcome to hit Brett up, pull up.
Yes.
We need as many lenses on this court as possible
Facts.
this summer, man.
yeah.
Some great things happening.
Insatiable production is looking for help.
Absolutely.
To a
Nice.
degree, not looking for help, like, because before y'all try to spin it like, yeah, I was out here begging. Not like that.
Not like that.
The
Not
team,
like that.
The team needs growth.
Yes,
That's what it is.
we are
Expansion.
growing. We are growing the brand. The platforms are growing. Everything's growing. So we need more
Absolutely.
hands on deck.
And it's an opportunity for them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Like
is.
to like, you know, their portfolio, build
That's a
that
fact.
up. So
Absolutely.
shout out to all my photographers, videographers out there getting in and doing good work.
Just,
That's a fact.
Fitness fat. I've been seeing you up in the early mornings, getting a real like NBA workout in
Yeah,
the
the
crib.
full
Like, what's
body
wrong with you,
workout.
bro?
Bro, the
What's up?
grind is the same, man. Like I said, you know, I played a couple years back for organization professional basketball alumni with Charles Smith, who graduated at Pittsburgh, played on the Knicks.
You got a lot of
Yeah,
names,
yeah.
And,
yo.
he's just name
Yo, what's up
dropping,
with this
yo.
guy, man? This-
I mean, I'm
Smith,
just,
yeah.
you know, we out here, right? So, and nah, it's just one of those things that like he was always big on that, always about like further advancing yourself, connecting. And his tagline was that real pros never retire. You know what I mean?
Which is true.
And that's what I was actually out there. I was out there with more name dropping: Allen Iverson, Jason Williams, White
Ooh,
Chocolate,
AI?
Javon
That's
bro,
a big name,
real
bro.
pick and rolls with AI, no made up picks is what I say.
Hold
That's a
on,
highlight.
Yeah, he
Hold
got
on.
bars,
You got
too?
nah,
Yeah, you got
the,
bars?
Nah, you better have the
Hey,
footage.
hey.
You better have that footage to back that up.
If anybody goes on my Instagram, JR Inman, look like real download the photos. You got to go back in the archives. You'll see if that pick and roll with me and AI was a blessing, man.
Oh,
Yo,
I'm-
you got it.
I'm
Yo,
looking
you should,
for it.
I would post that every
I'm
week.
looking for it.
I'm gonna
Jason
look for that
Williams
one
is
up.
spotting up on the opposite wing.
That's what's
AI
up.
That's
signaling
so
for the screen.
fire.
And on that actual play, I screen rolled. He threw it between someone's legs, and I banged it. So
Wait, and you called a dunk?
called a dunk.
VOH will be tested. We ain't seen you dunk in a minute, hard to guard. VOH will be tested.
I mean, if AI's in the building, you
Yeah,
gotta,
you,
you know
yeah,
what I
you,
mean?
after that, you probably
go.
sat for. Yeah, you had to get that game breaker. You feel me?
Right.
Nah, that's what's up. To be on the court with AI, man, yo, I'm not gonna front. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that used to be my idol, bro. When I was hooping, that was my idol.
Big time.
Yeah, you can't
Bro.
tell me you ain't dreamed to do an AI crossover
AI
on somebody.
answer.
That's a fact.
Everybody wanted
you
to do
see
an AI
how-
crossover on somebody.
You see
Yeah.
how Steph changed the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what AI did before Steph.
Absolutely.
Yup.
Like everyone
Absolutely.
wanted the braids.
Yep.
He came in
It
with
was
the
the
hip hop
culture.
clothes.
He
Yeah, like
changed the culture.
Yep.
it's
Exactly.
crazy. They made
Same.
rules for him. Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta come in formal now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wear your suit. Put your suit on.
No ankle bracelet.
Yeah,
I'm
you ain't,
like,
you ain't gonna be out here in your baggy tees. AI, this ain't no video.
Yeah. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But yeah, that's how influential he was. So yeah,
That's a fact.
that's amazing,
Damn,
bro.
You played.
That's
You
dope,
played
man.
against and with some real top level competition,
Yes.
Yeah, man.
That game was actually against Stephon Marbury. So
Oh, another one. that was one of my idols, too,
The year
bro.
after he won his first chip in China, we went
Okay.
and went
Okay.
over to like scrimmage against their team.
Yo,
Okay.
JR, how much basketball mileage do you have, bro?
So
A
much,
lot,
so
yeah.
You
much,
got a lot, bro.
So much. you
Like
know?
a hybrid Toyota. He's like 400,000 miles.
Word.
Still running,
Not the
dude.
100K.
Nah,
dope,
like,
bro.
again, guys, from my youth listening out there, you know, this game could take you really far. It
Yes.
can open up doors you could never imagine.
That's a
And
fact.
it's one thing, you know, to have an opportunity to play high school, to play college, but then to say that you played on the professional ranks is something not many have said
Yeah,
and
man.
done. And to see all these young cats out here like Ricky McGill, Giorgio, just pushing the culture, I'm just proud to be
Yeah, man.
a Rockland product and to see so many young guys now continuing the path.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I'm proud of these guys, too, because back then, it was only JR and Biggs, right?
Biggs,
Yeah.
yep.
They were the only two,
Yep.
basketball-wise,
Yeah,
right?
Basketball,
So
yeah.
now to
That I
see...
can remember,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
so
remember.
now to see all these younger guys figuring it out, they're not the tallest, they're not the fastest, but they're figuring it out to
Yep.
where they can hoop professionally and,
And they-
further
and-
their career.
And they understand, unlike our generation, it's not just the NBA.
Absolutely.
Right.
They can
Yes.
go other places. They
That's
can
a
go
fact.
overseas
For
and
real.
That's a
play
fact.
ball. You know what I mean?
It's funny you said that because I ain't gonna name no names, but
Uh-oh.
one cat came up to one of my boys that I'm real close with and said, "Yo, what happened to JR? Why he ain't paying out?" Was the question. And with
So
what
wait,
you
you
just
didn't
said,
pan out?
What does
Yeah,
that mean?
right,
What does that
right.
mean?
I was
It's
like,
like,
you didn't
wait.
pan out. What do you mean?
1,000 points high school,
Yeah, I
college
was like,
pro,
That's
contest,
crazy.
The
G
accolades?
League.
That's crazy.
da-da. The thing is,
What's
they
your
didn't-
resume, bro?
they-
All right,
that's a
what'd you
fact.
do?
What'd you do?
Oh, bro, the amount of play, the percentage of the small percentage of players that make it to the NCAA Division One
Exactly,
level.
bro.
Right.
Let's
right.
start there.
Yeah.
Right. So even if you get that
That's
far,
wild.
start there, like you
Yeah,
said.
look,
Even if
that's
you play,
wildin'.
even if you play Division 3,
Yes.
Right.
because wasn't Giorgio D3 All American?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
All-American.
So,
All-American.
so
All-American.
it's like the whole idea of back in the day is, oh, you didn't play pro ball unless you played in the league.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And now, like you said, they got that lane where they're seeing opportunities for
Yes.
guys being able to earn a good living and further establish their portfolio hooping
Absolutely.
overseas. So,
Absolutely.
like you said, Terrell and I were more or less the pioneers of that era,
Absolutely.
and now it's almost like a norm now.
Yes,
Who's
it
the next
is.
cat
It
from
is,
Rockland
bro.
to come
Yes.
out and represent?
It is.
Yes.
And I love it.
And I love it.
And
Word.
that's why
I
we're
love
here.
it.
We're here to try to make sure that we push the culture forward. We highlight the
Continue
guys
the trend.
that deserve to be highlighted. Anybody that puts the work in, that's all we're doing. We're not doing anything other than highlighting the guys that deserve it.
Word.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Word.
You know, and setting up these leagues. You know, Baby Dunk coming through May 8th.
Can't wait.
That's
What's
gonna
up?
be
When we
crazy.
gonna get one of your teams out here?
Yo, I said we talking, right? You said June 2021.
Yo, hold on. This guy's on the air with it. I gotta watch this guy. Yeah, so in June,
Ready? I already got my calendar circled. We
Yeah,
ready.
yeah, in
Signed,
June.
sealed, and delivered.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
yeah,
about,
we
man.
definitely gotta get that going.
Hold on. So, since we already dropped it, right? The week before the league kicks off?
Yeah, June 20th.
Okay.
We're gonna try to set something up,
June 20th. Stay tuned.
Okay,
Yeah.
stay tuned. Keep your ears peeled.
but
So
that's
what-
gonna be away though.
Is that going to
Okay.
be a Monarch situation? Is that going to be a Rockland
It's funny you said that because like my whole thing is going back to reinventing yourself, right? Everybody sees what I'm doing now with Fitness Fabs, and I
Yeah.
more or less consider it a reinvention. So I say the Rocktown Monarchs is Fitness Fabs reincarnated. You know what I mean? In terms
wow.
of same player, same brand.
Yeah.
You know, same philosophy and outlook in terms of moving improvement for the kids and everything, trying to give them opportunities.
Dope.
Just different
That's
brand.
smart, man.
But I may have to bring back the Rocktown Monarch alumni. We gonna talk about that.
I mean, whatever you got to bring
I
the
may have to
dogs,
bring
man.
that back.
Bring the dogs, because you already know. You bring the
There's
dogs
gonna be
out, man.
plenty of dogs out
Yeah.
here, so you
Oh,
better
yeah.
bring your dogs.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
a
man.
fact.
Word.
That's a fact. Yo, so what's next, man? What can the people expect from JR Inman?
Honestly, I can't really talk on it until it's in fruition, but I will say, just keep your screens open because
Fire.
there's something coming
Fire.
real soon. Real soon.
That's
Too early to put it out
Of course,
there.
of
But,
course.
you
You
heard
don't
you.
want to block my
but
blessings, you know.
yeah, right. Plus, what I realized, man, a lot of time when you have things in motion and you start prematurely talking about
Yes.
it, if it doesn't come out, they're like, oh man, he just jiving.
That's a fact.
And the second thing is other people try to replicate it, right? So it's like you were
That's
just
a
talking
fact.
about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
About, copyright, trademarks,
Yes.
and infringement, all these type
Absolutely.
of things is real.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
So I'll just say, stay woke.
That's a fact.
That's what's up. So where can the people
Where
find
can
you,
they
JR?
find you, JR? Word.
Fitness Fabs and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, JR Inman 15 if you want to hit me up for personal. And again, I'm just all about pushing the culture, man. So
Just like
any
us,
way I
brother.
can connect, I just really appreciate y'all for bringing me on.
Of course, man.
Spreading love to
You
Rockland.
already know, man.
And I'm just, man, I'm proud. You know, I'm
Bro,
proud.
you're a
proud
Hall
what
of
y'all
Fame
doing.
hooper, man.
Word. You all
What
the
you talking
fame out
about?
here,
You're a
bro.
Hall of
That's a
Famer, man.
Facts.
If they talk about Rockland basketball, they got to mention
You are
it.
mentioned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
appreciate
from
it,
Rockland
man.
County, and you a Hall of Famer in Dillon's hood.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Nah, but Dylan got a chip, though. So
Yeah,
we can't.
I know.
We got to talk to Dylan.
I gotta
next,
talk
man.
to somebody else.
Yeah,
There you go.
We got to talk to Aiden.
We got
Aiden.
we're in
That's
that.
why Aiden stayed home today, huh?
Wow,
Word.
this was amazing, man.
Right.
Word. So give it up one time, JR.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Word.
Another great episode down the
Yep.
drain, man. Let's take this picture and enjoy the rest of the music, people.
You already know.
Peace out.
May 8th.
Peace, y'all.
When you sing to me on this hillside, we survived doing so. Twist one up, unite the hood, unite the hood. Twist one up, unite the hood. Cause life is good and it's time for us. Twist one up, unite the hood, unite the hood. Twist one up, unite the hood. Cause life is good and it's time for us.